This video is all about audiobooks and how to price them. And in a couple of minutes, I'm going to share 2 audiobook classes that we have at the studio in case you really want to get into audiobooks or you simply want to train to get better at it. Hey, I'm Mike with Atlanta Voiceover Studio, the Southeast premier voiceover training facility. The question is, how do you price audiobooks? Audiobooks aren't charged per word or reach, as in usage, like in commercials. They're charged in something called PFH, per finished hour. So what's the definition of PFH? It's the total length of the final edited audiobook versus how long it takes to record. So typically, a narrator takes 2 hours to record 1 finished hour. That's not always the case. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but it's just a good estimate on how long you're going to spend on a book. And a big side note here, before you record an audiobook, you're also having to read the book because you as the narrator need to go through and make notes on the characters if they have them in there, understand where the book is going, etc. This can sometimes be a deal maker or a deal breaker. Some people gravitate to long form. Heidi loves doing it, and others don't. But I digress. Per finished hour, let's get back to it. How to estimate PFH if someone comes to you with their book, but they have no idea how many finished hours it's going to be. Here's a simple formula to use. Total number of words in the book divided by 9,300. For example, Heidi just booked an audiobook that's around 38,000 words. Divide 38,000 by 9,300 and it comes to a little over 4 hours. So that would be the estimated finished hours, and that's what you would charge on. Now, let's talk rates. What are you going to charge? Well, sometimes these audiobook jobs will be union, and in that case, the PFH rate is already decided for you. And it's a good rate. At the time of making this video, SAG-AFTRA audiobook rates are $250 per finished hour. This rate is only for narrating the audiobook and doesn't include editing, proofing, or mastering. I'll leave it there because there are some nuances, but you'll know and you'll find out if you book something. For non-union, some independent publishing companies will set the rate, or you may be able to negotiate. Or you could book through an online casting site and then you set the rate. When it comes to non-union audiobook rates, there is some wiggle room. Typically, it's between $200 to $500 per finished hour. And like I mentioned before, did you also think about editing and mastering and proofing? This is something else to consider on a per project basis. Some companies like JMM will take your raw files and then they'll edit, proof, and master it for you. At other times, you may be the one doing it. So consider those production add-ons. Those could be between $75 and $125 for the editing, mastering, and proofing, etc. That's per hour, not per finished hour. Additional options, if you have an author that doesn't have a huge budget, you could also negotiate for $100 per finished hour plus a royalty share, or just do a royalty share, but we recommend you getting paid something in addition to royalties. If this seems a bit confusing or you need a little more structured information to help you out, well, this is where training is vital. Invest in yourself because you are running a voiceover business. Get all the information you need so it's second nature to you and you don't have to keep second guessing yourself. The Atlanta Voiceover Studio has 2 virtual classes to help you out too. First up, the Audiobook Foundation virtual class with Kurt Bonham. It's 5 weeks, covers a ton about audiobooks. What makes the audiobook industry unique to other genres? Home recording setup and equipment recommendations. Technical requirements for audiobooks versus other genres. Recording techniques and software recommendations. Proper mic placement and technique for audiobooks. Basics of audiobook editing and mastering. Different audiobook genres and where you fit, avoiding rookie mistakes, and a whole lot more. And as a follow-up to that class, we now have the Audiobook Performance class, also virtual, taught by Casey. It's a 4-week class designed to develop your audiobook narration performances, and it covers adult nonfiction, adult fiction, children's, and young adult. And you'll get to hear from an audiobook casting director at the end. It's another great class. I'll link those classes in the notes for you so you can take it wherever you are. Hope that helps. We'll be back with more helpful videos and shorts all this week to keep you up to date with all things voiceover. Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceoverTraining.com are here to equip, elevate, and inspire you in your voiceover journey, giving you the tools and resources you need to create the voiceover career you want. You're creating a voiceover business. Think outside the box. Cheers to your success.
Have you spent a bunch of time going through voiceover training only to now feel lost and not sure what your next steps are?
Or maybe you had a little success and started booking some voiceover jobs feeling good, but Then it died down a little, and now you're unsure about how to create that long and sustainable career.
Or wish you had a support group to inspire you, hold you accountable, and answer those ever-elusive industry questions that come up all the time.
Well, we've been in your shoes, having to try to figure it all out in pieces here and there. So that's why we want to introduce you to the Atlanta Voiceover Studio and ProVoiceOverTraining.com VO Mentorship Membership.
I know, like you need another membership, right? Yeah, we totally get it. But listen, the right one can make all the difference in a business.
Yeah, the reason we wanted to do this was because so many people go through training, get demos, maybe learn about voiceover from video courses like our own, ProVoiceOverTraining.com, or other places to train.
But when it came to actually putting it into practice and building a business, it felt overwhelming, confusing, and for some, maybe you, paralyzing.
Yeah, we could have created a workshop or class for this and it would have been worth it, but we wanted a solution that was for talent, that was just more affordable, convenient, and valuable.
We also wanted to be right there with you, helping you along the way as much as we could.
So before we jump into what the monthly mentorship membership covers, let's talk about the extras first.
Members will get first access to sign up for Industry Pro workouts. These are virtual small group opportunities to read for agents, casting directors, or creative directors, receive their feedback, and get to know them better. And we only have 15 spots for each, so they fill up quickly.
And you get $20 off Industry Pro workouts as members. The mentorship membership is only $25 a month, so if you love doing the Industry Pro workouts anyway, the membership basically pays for itself.
And on top of the Industry Pro workouts, we'll also occasionally give members discounts to training and other offerings.
And those are just the bonuses. Each month you'll get
professional training modules. These are live Zooms we'll host monthly along with industry expert guests, and topics range from industry insights, business strategies, performance, and more.
A resource library, a collection of past Zoom sessions, scripts, audition prep guides, tech setup guides, and reference materials for different genres.
Toolkits. These are downloadable resources like vocal warm-ups, exercises, and script breakdowns to build a solid foundation in voiceover.
Plus, and this is a biggie, you'll have access to our private community message board where you can ask questions and get support. Now, we built out this membership to grow with you no matter where you are in your voiceover journey.
So we hope you'll join us. Take the next step toward a rewarding voiceover career with mentorship that grows with you. Join today for only $25 a month.